Rub the resulting perspiration onto the body. As a result, the body is benefited with lightness and becomes firmer. In the first stage, when you get perspiration, you should rub it well on that body. Don't wipe it off. It is a pranic massage when you do that. In the early stages of practice, food mixed with milk and ghee is to be taken. But with the advancement in practice, such restrictions do not apply. In the early stages, when you are purifying, you must take only food mixed with rice and ghee. You must avoid such things as salt or spices. This you should observe very strictly. As a lion, elephant or tiger is tamed in gradual fashion, even so should prana be brought under control gradually. Otherwise, it will harm the student who is practicing pranayama. Have you ever seen a tiger in the circus? How are they trained? Very, very slowly and carefully, watching every evidence of the cat's moods. And what is the purpose of the chair held in front of the tiger? It is not only for protection. When the tiger uses his claw on the chair doesn't react. And so the tiger, thinking that the chair is a part of the man's body. That is how it is fooled into thinking that the man is stronger than he is. So even though the tiger is actually stronger, he is subdued by the man's intellect. It is the same with the prana. You must try to control the prana slowly. A violent method, one too fast, without proper diet and other essential conditions will cause reactions. Just like an improperly handled lion or tiger, it will injure you. This stanza is a warning not to play with prana without following all the rules and regulations. When pranayama is practiced diligently as per rules, one is freed from all diseases. When wrongly undertaken, many diseases will arise. So, either you can get rid of all diseases or you can get all diseases, depending on how you are practicing. The defective practice of pranayama brings about hiccup, asthma, bronchial diseases, headaches, earache, eye sore, etc. Asthma is a breathing difficulty, but this difficulty is not caused by the lungs. It arises because the prana comes to the respiratory system irregularly and also in the wrong direction. The diaphragm or other muscles may be contracting instead of expanding, or the breathing may be too shallow or otherwise incorrect. It is the same with sneezing and coughing. They are nothing but the motion of prana. Mistaken practices of pranayama which cause disturbances in the prana will cause many types of sickness. That is why you want to be careful. The intention is not to frighten you, but to have you practice with care. It's like using a chainsaw. You must know how to operate it, or you might cut yourself badly. Exhalation and inhalation should be done in a gradual fashion, and the kumbhaka must be done with deliberate steadiness. Only then the Hatha yogi will obtain siddhis. Not beyond capacity, only by practicing inhalation, retention and exhalation in a proportional way do you get control over the prana. Thus, it is that a man obtains siddhis. When the nadis are pure, definite signs are noticed such as leanness of the body and a bright countenance. You don't feel that the body is heavy. We are not talking about physical heaviness. You will almost feel that you are about to fly all the time. Without wings, of course. Light and clean. And there is a radiation. The skin, face and eyes all will be radiating and sparkling. This shows that the nadis are purified. When the nadis are completely purified, one can control the breath as desired. The gastric fire, Jadaragni, is activated. One can hear the inner sound, Anahata, and there is perfect health. If the breath is restrained for a longer time, we are not talking about the physical breath. The prana goes into the sushumna and then there is a balance between the right and the left hemispheres of the brain. Then also, both the Ida and Pingala nadis are functioning alternately. That is what is meant by restraining the breath. When the gastric fire becomes more active, you can even eat poison. Some people hear the nada, which is the inner sound. Others are more likely to see lights, while still others may feel a kind of peace, a silence. Their mind does not want to move or hear anything at all. It just wants to rest in that experience of peace or silence. The external experience will manifest differently from person to person. But in all the stages, whether you perceive colors, lights, or sounds, one thing is common to all. The mind is very calm and peaceful. That is the central point which indicates that the nadis are purified. On the other hand, when there is no peace and the mind is constantly wandering, you are unhappy or in a dejected mood, this shows that the prana is not moving properly because the nadis are not purified. Before attempting pranayama, one who is flabby and phlegmatic should first carry out the 6 steps or kriyas. Others who have achieved balance in their 3 humors, wind, bile and phlegm, should not do them. With some people, their nose is running day and night or they are coughing morning and evening. Others are unable to digest food properly because of constant irritation in the stomach. Such people should first practice the 6 kriyas before beginning intense pranayama. The 6 kriyas are neti, dauti, basti, tratak, nauli and kabalapati. Other kriyas such as kunja kriya, which are long practices, are unnecessary for most people unless they have some specific diseases that call for them. However, all can benefit from the practice of jalaneti or sutraneti to keep the nostrils clean. Occasionally, you can clean your stomach with salt water and then vomit it out. Kabalapati, of course, all should practice regularly. The 6 acts are dauti, basti, neti, trataka, nauli and kabalapati. These purificatory exercises for the body ought to be performed in private. They are held in high esteem by the yogis because they produce great results. Such things as the kriyas are not generally given to ordinary people. They are kept secret because they are not meant for public demonstrations. Dauti, slowly swallow according to the instructions and guidance of the Guru a wet piece of cloth 4 fingers in breadth and 15 fingers long. Slowly draw the piece of cloth out. This is the Dauti karma. Dauti undoubtedly is powerful in removing bronchial diseases such as asthma, pitta, diseases of the glands and spleen and their enlargement, leprosy, and similar skin afflictions, and 20 other diseases brought on by the phlegm. There is no doubt about this. Basti is what? Get into water up to the navel and sit in the Utkasana, resting the body on toes. The heels should press the buttocks. Insert a small bamboo tube into the anus and contract the anus. This will help draw in water into the stomach. Then shake it, which is expel it. This is Basti. Practice of Basti helps remove Gulma, Pitta, Udara, which is dropsy and other stomach diseases, and all diseases arising from an excess of wind, bile and phlegm. This is called Basti. When you perform Nauli under these conditions, water is drawn up automatically. This Jala Basti karma refines bodily dhatus, sense organs and internal organs like mind, ego, intelligence, etc. Body becomes bright and is able to digest food thoroughly. Many a disorder of the body is cured